What's up guys, Alex here, and I'm back with another video that I don't know why I'm doing this video, but I'm doing this video, so it's okay. So, my dad and I did a little digging, and we figured out the radiator that he got. Of course, we already knew this, but the radiator that he has that he's giving me was originally spec'd out for a small block Chevy 350. And this is a 5.3, so it's a little smaller displacement wise. 350 is a 5.7 for those of you that don't know, and this is a 5.3. But this one's also newer than the 350 that radiator was spec'd out for, so the radiator mounts are different. So if we go over here, you can see down there, so if I can get a better angle of it. So there's the radiator. So yeah, the radiator mounts are different. So we're gonna have to make radiator mounts for it, but it will work. We just have to get the wiring harness to go where we need it to go, and we can just pretty much move the hoses wherever. Like, we can take this one out, put it. So the biggest thing that we ran into problem-wise was the transmission lines. We were trying to figure out how we were going to get the transmission lines to hook up to the radiator. And then we realized something. We don't actually have to do that, because from what we understand, so if you can see through that little hole right there, that is the radiator right there. Over here, my dad and I think, we're not exactly sure, oh, you can't really see it too well, lift this up a little bit. So my dad and I think down there is a transmission cooler. So I don't think, or my dad and I don't think, that the transmission runs to the radiator. The transmission probably has a separate cooler, which, if that's the case, that's great. We just need to figure out where to put all the wiring for the wiring harness, and then we can pretty much make the radiator hoses go wherever. The only problem is that the radiator that we have is smaller, so we might have to move some mounting brackets around or something, do something. But also, while we were replacing the radiator, I kind of want to replace it's kind of hard to see. This pulley right here. Looks, to me, looks a little worn out, but I could be wrong. So, we'll see. Also, I need to take my air intake off. I need to take this off so I can get to the headlight right here. So when I start the truck, this headlight does not turn on. So either it's got a loose connection, or most likely it's burnt out. So I got to take the air box off, which means I got to unbolt it from here, and then take off the intake air sensor. Take all that off, take this off, set it to the side, get in there and change the light bulb out, which actually might be easier than that one because we had to take the battery out. So to get the battery out of this truck, you got to take off this cross member, take off the battery connections, and then actually what I had to do is unbolt the actual battery from back here. There is 2 bolts that hold it to the metal, which, pretty great idea, and the cross member is a pretty great idea too. But these 2 bolts, you can't see them, but the 2 bolts that are down there with the positive and negative terminals, they're kind of a pain to get to. So changing this headlight was kind of a pain. And these are HID bulbs, which means, so there's a filament inside that actually heats up creates heat, which creates the light, and I'll show you whenever we swap it out. But this one should be easier. All we got to do is disconnect the elbow disconnect this from the intake or from the throttle body, disconnect the mass airflow sensor, and we can move it over here somewhere, and then we can get to the headlight and change it out. But yeah, so the radiator mounts are in different places, so that might be a problem. And also, I think whenever we do this, we're also going to get rid of this one, this fan shroud, and probably get another one if we need another one. If not, then we'll just leave it as is. It'll create a lot more room in the engine bay, and it'll make it easier. So the water pump wasn't too difficult for me. I was able to get a good part of it off. The only thing that stumped me was the fan, because the fan is attached directly to the water pump. See, right there? And that bolt down there, I could not get it off, because every time I would try, the fan would rotate. So what I had to do was eventually take a hammer and whack the wrench so that the bolt or the nut would spin faster than the fan, and then I could just take the fan and unscrew it. But there comes another problem. So I don't think that the threads for the fan attach to the belt, which is good. No, but I'm still going to have that thread there. It's going to look kind of tacky, but we'll put something on it, like a cover or something, make it look a little better. Maybe we'll spray paint something and put it on there, or get something that's black to match the water pump. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I need to take that off. That's my oil catch pan. I need to take that off and drain it, my next oil change. I keep saying that, but I never do it, so I need to do that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, so, not this upcoming weekend, but the next weekend, my dad, my uncle and I are going to the beach. It's about a 45-minute hour drive-ish. We're going to the beach for the day, and I'll probably do some off-roading videos anyway, but let me know what you guys would like me to do. Do you want to see off-roading videos? Well, off-roading videos provided I don't get stuck, because it's a two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive truck that's got a heavy-ish engine in the front, and yeah. And I absolutely love this motor. So the 5.3s, in my opinion, are better than the Hemis, better than the Coyotes. Sorry to all the Dodge and Ford people, but they are better for the sense that you can squeeze more power per dollar out of them than a Hemi or a Coyote. And LSs are like Hemis and Coyotes. They're Legos at this point. So it's like, it doesn't matter what motor you have, somebody has something for it. I can get a supercharger kit for this thing, which I want to, but it's like $7,000 for a supercharger kit. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. Besides, I don't know if so it said, when I bought the truck, it said rebuilt motor. But I don't know if it was rebuilt with forged internals. And if not, that might be an issue trying to push boost. I could end up throwing a rod bearing or blowing out a piston, which would suck. I also want to get ported heads for it. Ported and polished heads, if I don't have them already. But this thing does have a pretty nice lope to it. But yeah, I love it. So yeah, I will be trying to put a new radiator in the vehicle because it's kind of got like an overheating issue. But other than that, I don't really think... Oh, and changing the headlight out. I need to do that too. But I don't really think I'm going to run into any other issues once I change the radiator. And if I need to, I'll just order one with electric fans that's actually ordered for this motor. So I probably won't do any of the installation process, but as soon as we're done with it, I will do a video. If I can, while we have the radiator out, I'll do a little comparison short, comparing this radiator to the new one. But yep, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Later.